you so much for taking time out of your day to come here and celebrate the Lafayette water treatment plant that the city of Anderson is having. And I don't want to give too much away because I know that these two gentlemen are very excited about this project and have a lot to say about it. So without further ado, I will introduce Mayor Thomas Broderick Jr.
I do want to welcome everyone here, and this is really a great event today. And Neil's going to talk a little bit about some of the specifics with regards to the new plant and some of the effort that went in to get it here, and also what it's going to do for us, of course, once it gets going. I want to start off by just simply saying that City of Anderson is very fortunate to have some exceptional folks working for us here in the City of Anderson, and the folks that work with the water department. Many of you are here today. The work that you guys do and you ladies do on behalf of the city to help make sure that we have clean, safe water that has a good capacity to help serve our businesses and serve our residences is a great thing. You guys do a great deal of work to help make this community what it is, and the City of Anderson recognizes all of you individually as well as in a group here, and thank you very much for all of your efforts. Without you, we wouldn't be able to do the things that we do, and hopefully this new plant will help you even be able to be more effective as you do your jobs day in and day out. As all of you know, this plant has been discussed for many years, and when we came into office, as you know, it's really sort of hard to believe, but when we came into office just 2 years ago, we didn't even have a water superintendent. Neil, as you know, was a contract worker who worked elsewhere, but was nice enough to be involved in a contract with the city where he would come in from time to sign off on some of the certifications necessary in order that we'd be able to operate legally. But it became clear to us, really, as soon as we hit the door, that we needed to have a permanent, full-time water superintendent. And so we talked to Neil, and Neil was good enough to agree to leave his past employment and come work for us. And I think all of you know and realize and agree with me that he does a great job. And I appreciate your leadership, Neil, and everything that you do. As we looked at this plant and this potential plant going up, we looked at different ideas. We had looked at what they had thought about in the past, and we came to realize that some of the infrastructure that we have as we go towards the city really wouldn't support some of the work that we would do if we didn't make some changes and modifications. So we made some modifications to this plant that we think is going to be put us in a good position to be able to serve the community for many years to come. Neil, again, will talk a little bit about the price and so forth and what that capacity is going to be. We've done a lot, really, in 2 years to try to, to try to improve our infrastructure with regards to water. You guys know every day when you go out and work and fix the various leaks that we have because of an aging infrastructure. So it's very important that we have this new plant. I was talking to Ken a minute ago with the newspaper, and he said somebody mentioned, it's only 50 years old. Well, that's true, but we all know 50 years on an infrastructure like this it's an old dog, so to speak, and it really does need fixed, and it needs need a new technology that comes with it to be able to make this more efficient, and again, to make sure that we deliver safe and clean water. And that's really our goal throughout. In addition to what we'll be doing here, we'll of course be making some improvements at the Wheeler plant as well, and then we'll be looking down the road to make even more significant overhaul there as we move forward. We of course are going to be working on our wells to make sure that we have our wells in this area and some new wells that'll give us more capacity and make sure that we have, again, all the water that we need well into the future. When we first came in addition to some of these issues we ran into was, as you know, those of you that work here, the tank over on Fairview and the tank at 67th was not working, on 67th Street wasn't working as it should be. The Fairview tank was basically not operable. It was empty. And so the repairs were made to make it work right as it does now today. And at the same time, the tank on 67th was at very low capacity, not working as well as it should, and those changes were made as well. And then again, because of the leadership of Neil and his knowledge of how this system works is what's made the real difference here, along with all of you and all that you have done. So again, I'm proud to be here today as your mayor to kick off this event as we get ready to break ground for the treatment plant. I also want to acknowledge and thank those that are going to be involved in the actual construction and engineering of it, Curry and Associates and Structure Point, both which are here today, as well as Wilhelm, the contractor that will be doing this work. We have all the confidence in the world in this group, and we know they're going to do a first-class job. So again, on behalf of the City of Anderson, congratulations to all of you, and thank you again for all of the great work that you do. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Very kind words. I appreciate it, and I can now say that the move to the City of Anderson was a good move for me. So I really appreciate all the kind words. Thanks to all of you who chose to take some time out of your day today to spend with us to celebrate the beginning of a new beginning for the City of Anderson and the Anderson Water Department. Today's an exciting day. It marks the beginning of a replacement of an aging infrastructure that has served the city's drinking water customers for almost 50 years. Like the mayor said, I walked up on a conversation and Ken said, you know, it was just 50 years. I said, well, I turned 51 2 months ago, and I know how this plant feels right now. So, but as our infrastructure ages and begins to fail, it takes a tremendous amount of resources and work to operate and maintain those facilities. I think it's important to recognize the commitment of the City of Anderson's Water Department employees who have worked hard over the years to operate and maintain the existing Lafayette treatment plant so that there would always be safe, clean drinking water for the citizens of Anderson and the customers of Anderson Water Department. Now for some details on the new plant. In comparison, the existing plant has a capacity of 8 million gallons per day. The new plant will have a capacity of 10 million gallons per day, expandable to 12 million. The treatment process will be virtually the same: iron and manganese removal through aeration and filtration along with disinfection. There will also be an additional 600,000 gallons of storage that the existing plant does not currently have. Construction of the new plant is expected to start in the next few weeks, hopefully next week, and will take about 12 to 18 months to complete. I've been told closer to 12, so I'm hoping that's true. So, the City of Anderson is committed to providing safe and reliable water service to the citizens of Anderson and the Anderson Water Department customers. Our Water Department employees work 24/7 to maintain and renew our critical water infrastructure. And I just want to take a moment to, there's more than just treatment to the Water Department. There's distribution, there's office personnel and customer service. I want to thank all of you. Because I've had most of the jobs as a water personnel, and so I know what it's like to be out there. And water mains tend to not break during the day when it's really nice and warm. It's usually in the middle of the night when it's freezing cold. I know the commitment that you guys have, and I really appreciate it. And I want to make sure that I publicly thank not only you guys, but the guys in the ladies in the office that keep us organized and straight on a daily basis as well. But what this all comes down to is, a healthy water infrastructure is essential in protecting public health, fighting fires, supporting our local businesses, and attracting new business, and ultimately caring for our environment. So with that, I'd like to thank the mayor and this administration for all their support on this project. Also want to thank our engineers, Curry and Associates and Structure Point, as well as our general contractor, F.A. Wilhelm, for their work in getting this project off the ground. And again, I want to thank all of you for being here today to help us celebrate.